Hello, good morning. So this is our reviewer for the third quarter. Let's start with the question number one. Which of the following statement is true about the sampling distribution of the sample means? So we have choices. Letter A, the mean of the sampling distribution of means is less than the population mean. Letter B, the mean of the sampling distribution of the means is greater than the population mean. Letter C, the mean of the sample means drawn from the population may be equal, greater than, or less than the population mean. And letter D, the mean of the sample means drawn from the population mean are always equal to the population mean. So, hanapin natin kung ano ba talaga yung dinidescribe nitong ating distribution of sample means. Meron tayo dito na according to the fundamental property of sampling distribution of the sample means, known as the central limit theorem. This states that the mean of the sampling distribution or the mean of the sample means will equal to the population mean regardless of the sample size, provided the samples are drawn randomly and independently from the population. So from that property, we can assume that the correct answer is letter D. The mean of the sample means drawn from the population are always equal to the population mean. Number two, which of the terms pertain to the numerical value which describes a population? A. Parameter. B. Random variable. C. Sample. And D. Statistics. So from the word itself, described from the population, ito po yung ating sagot. It should be parameter. Should be parameter, this one. Bakit? Because it says that a parameter is a numerical characteristic or measure obtained by using all the data values from a specific population. So therefore, dahil population ang tinatanong dito sa number 2, numerical value from the population, so this is parameter. Example, question number 3. A certain population has a mean of 85.5 and a standard deviation of 5.5. If the random samples of size 25 are taken from the population, which of the following is true? Letter A. The parameter, which is the descriptive measure computed from the population, is 85.5. Letter B. The parameter, which is the descriptive measure computed from the sample, is 5.5. Letter C. The statistics, which is the descriptive measure computed from the population, is 85.5. And lastly, the statistic, which is the descriptive measure computed from the sample, is 5.5. So, ang tinatanong dito is, which of the following is true about a certain population with a mean of 85 and a standard deviation of 5.55 if the random sample is 25. Where is 25 taken? It is from the population. So therefore, we can assume or we can notice that in the statement 85.5 is the population mean, which is also a parameter. Therefore, our answer should be this one, parameter and the population. So there is the measure of the parameter and computed from the population. It should be letter A. So number 3, our answer is letter A. Next, number 4. Which of the following describes a random sampling? A. Mixing of paint to be used in repainting school buildings. B. selecting patients for extraction of blood samples. C. Extracting blood samples from patients. And D. Observing patients in the hospital. So makikita po ninyo dito, the question is asking for the random, for an example of random sampling. Pero dapat i-define muna natin ang random sampling. If you can still remember, random sampling refers to the process of selecting a sample from the population. So you are selecting a sample from the population, from a group. Okay? Where each member has an equal chance of being chosen. So kapag naghahanap ka pala ng the good example pala of random sampling is for us to get a sample from a population with equal chance to be of being chosen. So alin kaya dyan? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or D? So for us to know, or for me, it is letter B. Okay, let's turn on with number 5. Given the figure below, determine the area of a shaded region. So this is our normal curve. We are going to determine the area that should be shaded. So dito po, kung makikita po ninyo, wala pang shade. Ang shade po niyan ay nasa -1 to the left of -1. So kasama po ang -1 hanggang papunta na sa tail niya ng -3. Ngayon po, kung ito po, according to the properties of normal curve, ito daw pong kalahati netong ating normal curve ay 50% or 0.5, at yung kalahati from 0 naman is 0.5 or 50% din. Para malaman natin to, ilang standard deviation away from the mean ba ang natanggal? 1, di ba? Kasi naroon na siya sa -1. So, 1 standard deviation to the left of the mean. Ito po yon. Ay di ba doon po sa ating empirical rule, ang isang standard deviation ay nagkakaroon ng 68.26%. Ito from -1 up to -1, pag sinade natin yan, etong red na narito, iyan po ay 68.26%. So, ang kalahati niyan, yung narito lang, kabila lang nito, that is 34.13%. Kung i-multiply natin sa 100, that is 0.3413. Okay? At alam naman natin kanina dito sabi 0.5 or 0.5,000 ang katumbas 50%. So para makuha natin to, i-minus lang natin yung etong shaded, i-minus lang natin etong 1 standard deviation sa 0.5,000. So ito po yon. Ito dito, 0.5,000 minus 0.34.13, which is ito po yon, yung kabila lang na red, hindi yung buo yung kabilang red na to is equal to 0.1587. So ito pong area na narito is equal to 15, ito po yon, ito po ay 15.87%. 0.87%. O kung sa decimal, ito po yun. I-multiply lang po natin yan sa 100. Okay, kung sa percentage, ito po naman po yun. Next. Okay, number 6. Using the empirical rule, which of the following is the area under the normal curve within 2 standard deviation away from the mean? So, madali lang to kasi napag-aralan naman na natin ang empirical rule. Kapag 1 standard deviation, we have 68.26%. Kapag Ito po yun. Tingnan natin. Blue hanggang blue. Kasama po itong lahat ng to. That is 95.44%. 3 standard deviation is 99.74%. At ang kabuuan, simula dyan hanggang sa pinakadulo na is 100%. So, sinabi ko na po, ang sagot natin kapag 2 standard deviation away from the mean, that is equal po to 95.44%. Okay, next. Okay. Which of the following is the graph of normal distribution? So, ito po ba ay normal distribution? Letter A? Is it letter B? Is it letter C? Is it letter D? So, babalikan po natin yung properties ng normal distribution or not, the graph of a normal curve. Ano po ba yung property niya? Diba, isa sa mga property niya ay nagsasabi na the normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve. Bell-shaped curve. So, sino ba dyan ang parang mukhang bell? Diba, it is letter B. So, this is our answer. Next, number 8. Which of the following is not a characteristics of normal distribution? So, babalikan ulit natin yung mga characteristics ng normal distribution. Yung nauna nating pinag-aralan. A, the mean, median, and mode is equal. Equal daw ba ang characteristics? Isa ba ito sa mga characteristics ng normal distribution? Letter B, the total area under the normal curve is 0. 0 ba yung total area under the normal curve? Yan ba yung characteristics niya? Letter C, the normal curve is symmetric about the mean. Are they symmetric? Symmetric po ba yung magkabilaan? Letter D, the normal distribution is thicker at the center and less thick at the tail. So, mas makapal daw ba yung area na nasa gitna kaysa sa area ng nasa gilid? So, balikan natin yung characteristics ng normal distribution. So, ito po yun lahat. Okay, nakalagay dyan. Properties of a normal probability distribution. So, alin po sa apat na yan ang wala dito? It is letter B. Okay, I hope you can follow. That's number 8 now. Next, number 9. In a computer warehouse, the number of computers sold varies daily for several months. Past records indicate that the probability distribution of X is as follows. So, ito po yung probability distribution na. Ito po ay kapag 0 month is 0.10. Kapag after 1 month, 0.20. After 2 months, 0.45. After 3 months, 0.15. And after 4 months, 0.05. Lastly, 5 months is 0.05 din. So, ang tanong, what is the mean of the probability distribution? So, ikukunin lang natin yung mean ng probability distribution. Is it A, 1.18? Is it B, 1.40? C, 2? And D, 5.40. So, siguro naman, naaalala nyo pa kung paano kumuha ng mean. Okay? Paano nga kumuha ng mean? I-multiply muna natin ang X at saka ang P of X. Ito po yung formula. Pag nagawa natin yan, i-add lang po natin. So, product of X and PX and then add. So, ito po yung X natin na nakalagay dyan. Inayos ko lang ng patayo. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Our probability, 0.10, 0.20, 0.45, 0.15, 0.5, 0.5. Wala naman pong nabago, diba? So, we just multiply 0 times 0.10, that is 0. 1 times 0.20, that is 0.20. 2 times 0.45, that is 0.90. 3 times 0.15, that is 0.45. 4 times 0.5, that is 0.20. And 5 times 0.05 is 0.25. Dahil meron na po tayo nitong product, i-add na po natin sila pababa. So, ito po yon, mean. Okay, the mean is equal to 0, ito po, plus 0.20, ito po, plus 0.90, ito po, plus 0.45, 0.20, and 0.25. That is equal to 2. Dahil 2 po ang sagot natin, alin pa dyan yung 2? Ito pong letter C. Next, number 10. What does the mean of the probability distribution imply? Ano daw ang ibig sabihin? Ano daw ang gustong iparating ng mean natin na 2? Okay, A, is it the average number of computers sold per day? B, the probability of computers being sold per day? C, the number of computers sold per day? And D, the computers sold per day. So, di ba ang pinag-uusapan natin ay mean? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng mean? It is the average, right? So, therefore, the answer is letter C. Ay, letter A. I'm sorry. Okay. So, it is letter A. Number 11. In a computer warehouse, the number of computers sold. Okay, ito pa rin yung ating given. So, kung kanina meron tayong mean na 2, ngayon po, ang pinapahanap naman sa atin is variance of the probability distribution. Is it A, 1.18, B, 1.40, C, 2, and D, 5.14? So, gagawin ulit natin yung table, kumpletuhin natin siya. So, ito yung ni-present ko sa inyo na table, wherein this is the random variable x, this is the probability of the random variable x, ito po yung product ng random variable x at saka ng probability. Yan, product po yan. And then, di ba nakuha na natin kanina yung mean, which is 2? So, etong susunod po dito is x, the random variable x. Etong nakalagay dito, minus mo daw doon sa mean. Okay, so unang pipindutin natin yung x, sunod natin yung mean. So, 0 minus, minus daw ang nakalagay, sabi doon sa formula. 0 minus 2 is equal to negative 2. 1 minus 2 is equal to negative 1. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. And 5 minus 2 is 3. After natin po makuha yung difference ng random variable at saka ng mean, kukunin naman natin yung squared netong difference nila. So, negative 2 times negative 2, it is 4. Just multiply it in itself. So, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? Ito na po yung squared ng difference ni random variable x at saka ni mean. Kukunin na po natin ito para makakuha tayo ng sum nito. So, para makuha na natin yung variance. Kung nakikita mo po ninyo, ito yung narito lang, katabi lang niya. X minus the mean squared. Ito po yon, lahat ng narito, times daw. So, i-multiply ulit natin. Times px. Asan si px? Ayon. So, silang dalawa, etong katabi niya. At saka, eto. Semi-last and second column. Multiply natin. 0.10 times 4 is 0.4. 0.20 times 1 is 0.20. 0.45 times 0 is 0. 0.15 times 1 is 0.15. 0.05 times 4 is 0.20. 0.05 times 9 is 0.45. I-add lang po natin o makukuha na po natin yung ating variance. So, in-add natin, ito po yung pababa na yan. Ginawa ko lang na po horizontal. 0.4, ito yon. 0.2, then 0, 0.15, 0.20, and 0.45. It has a total of 1.40. So our answer for number 11 is letter B. Next, number 12. So yun pa rin ang given. Dahil meron na tayong mean kanina, meron din po tayong variance na. Next is to get the standard deviation of the probability distribution. So, is it 1.18, 1.40, 2, 5.40? So, kanina, yung mean natin ay etong 2. Okay? Ito ay mean. Yung ating standard deviation, our variance is 0.40. Alin kaya sa letter D at saka sa letter A ang sagot para sa standard deviation? So, ito lang po. Di ba? Ito yung kanina, 1.40. Para makuha natin ang standard deviation, just get the square root of 1.40. Ito po, that is equal to 1.18. So, our correct answer is, ito na po yun. Our correct answer is letter A. So, this is our standard deviation. Next, number 13. What does the standard deviation of the probability distribution infer? Ano daw ba ang ibig iparating ng ating probability distribution? A. The minimum number of computers sold per day is n units from the mean. B. The average number of computers sold per day is n units from the mean. C. The maximum number of computers sold per day, this is sold, okay, I'm sorry, per day is n units. And letter D, the computers sold per day is n units. So here, our answer is the average number of computers sold per day is n units from the mean. So ito po yun, letter B. Nakalagay dito, a standard deviation of 1.18 and the mean of 2, infer that on average, so this is the answer, the number of computers sold per day will be within 1.8 units from the mean. So ito po yung letter B. Number 14. Number 14. Given the table of probability distribution, ito po yung table. If the average number of shoes sold daily is 9.39, what does this imply? So remember, it is the average number of shoes daily. Ano daw ang ibig iparating sa atin nun? Is it A, the number of pair of shoes sold daily is always 9? Lagi daw bang 9 kapag ang mean mo or the average is 9.39? Letter B, the number of pairs of shoes daily is less than 9. Mas maliit daw sa 9 ang ating naibibenta daily. Letter C, the average number of pairs of shoes daily is exactly 9. Exact daw yung exactly 9 daw every day ang iyong benta kapag nakakuha ka ng average na 9.39. And letter D, the average number of pairs of shoes sold daily is approximately 9. Approximate, halos lang daw, parang hindi masyadong malayo kay 9. Ibig sabihin ay malapit lang kay 9, kaya i-approximate mo lang daw. So parang tinatansya mo lang. So our answer here, because average po yan, and there is a decimal, 9.39, therefore, it is approximately 9. Okay, so the average number of shoes daily is given as 9.39. This value represents the mean or the average of the number of shoes sold on any given day, calculated over a period of time. Therefore, dahil po yan ang mean or the average, that is approximately 9. Next, number 15. Given the table probability distribution, compute the mean. Okay, so i-compute natin mean by the table. Alin daw ang tama sa apat? A, 1, B, 1.56, C is 1.75, and D is equal to 2. So ito po yung atin. Ang X natin, 0, 1, 2, 3. Galing po yan dito, 0, 1, 2, and 3. The probability is also galing here, 0.19. Ito po yon, 0.26, 0.35, and 0.20. Then, to get the mean, kasi ayun ang hinahanap natin, ito po. So, to get the mean, we multiply again x times the probability. 0 times the 19 is 0. 1 times 0.26 is 0.26. 2 times 0.35 is 0.70, and 3 times 0.20 is 0.6. We just add all. I-add lang natin lahat ito. Okay? Add. Pababa. We have a mean of 1.56. So, asan yan? Letter B. Next. Number 16. Compute the variance of the probability distribution. So, ang ating choices, 5.02, 3.46, 1.56, and 1.03. Ito po yung another way of computing. Okay? So, pili na lang po kayo kung alin ang mas madali sa inyo. Yung nauna ba natin, where is x minus the mean ang ginamit natin? Or ito po, mag-export na po tayo. So, ito po, from the mean, galing na tayo sa mean, di ba? Hanggang dyan lang tayo. So, hahanapin natin si variance. Ito po, x squared. So, i-square mo lang si x. 0 times 0, 0. Okay? 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. Then, after squared, after ninyo ma-squared ang random variable x, i-multiply natin to sa probability. So, ito po ang magiging formula. X squared times P of x. Ang mean natin dyan ay ito. No. Ito pa lang, variance niya. Variance is x squared times P of x. So, ito lang po yun. Multiply lang natin. 0 times 0.19 is 0. 1 times 0.26 is 0.26. 4 times 0.35 is 1.40. And 9 times 0.20 is 1.80. I-add natin yan para makuha yung sum lang niya. Okay? Isa-sum mo lang to. Kanina po, doon sa una kong example of looking for a variance, kapag in-add na natin, dahil nakapag-square na tayo ng mean at nakapag-subtract na tayo ng mean, pag in-add natin, variance na po agad. Dito po, hindi po siya variance agad. I-add mo lang muna etong product mo ng square ni x at saka ng p of x. Pag na-add mo na po yan, gamitin mo po etong formula na ito. So, the sum of x squared times p of x, ito po yon, minus yung mean ninyo, square of mean. So, di ba ang mean natin kanina is 1.56, ito po yon. So, ito po yon, yung sum, by substitution na tayo. Sum of the product of x squared times p of x is 3.46. Ito po yon. Minus yung mean natin, means squared, 1.56 squared. Then, i-square mo yon sa, multiply mo muna. You will get 3.46 minus 2.4336. And that is equal to 1.02 something. Dahil parang 7 yata yung karugtong dito. Dahil po ayon ay 7 na, higher, therefore, we are going to add 1 plus 1 doon sa susunod na number sa kanya. Nag-round off po tayo. That's why we get 1.03. And that is letter D. Ito po yung sagot natin. Parehas lang po ang kalalabasan kung ito ang gagamitin yung table o yung una na gumagamit tayo ng ganito. Depende po sa inyo kung saan kayo nadadalian. And next, number 17. Given the table of probability distribution, solve for the standard deviation of the probability distribution. So, standard deviation na po tayo. So, yan ang mga choices natin, 1.01, 1.25, 1.26, and 2.24. Meron na po tayo kanina na mean, 1.56. Meron na tayong variance, 1.03. Ano po ang ating mean? So, ito po, ipasok lang po sa square root ang 1.06. Ito na po yon, yung nasa pinakababa. And then you will get 1.01. So, our answer for number 17 is letter A. Okay. Next, number 18. Which is correct way of computing the mean of the probability of discrete random variable? Correct way. Tamang paraan ng pag-compute daw ng mean. So, ano yon? A. Add the probabilities and divide the sum by the number. Meron ba tayong ganon? Letter B, add the probabilities and divide the sum of the values. Meron ba tayong ganon? And then letter D, multiply its probability by the corresponding values of a random variable. Multiply mo daw muna ang probability at saka yung values ng random variable. Then, after daw ma-multiply, you are going to add. May ganun ba tayo? Letter D, multiply all the probabilities by the sum of the random variable. So, i-multiply ba natin ang lahat ng probability? Okay, so dahil obvious naman, naka-red na agad siya, so our answer is letter C. Multiply the probability and the values. Ito po yun. Multiply natin. Probability and the values, and then add the product. And number 19. Given the probability distribution below, find probability. Ang P stands for probability of X. Ang X ay random variable. Greater than 10. So, hanapin mo daw ang probability ni X kung saan yung X ay mas malaki kay 10. Ito yung ating table. So, asan si X? Ito po yun, di ba? Ito po yung X. Ito yung X is equal to 4, X is equal to 8, X is equal to 10, X is equal to 12, and X is equal to 14. Alin dyan yung X daw ay mas malaki, greater than 10? Si 4 ba ay mas malaki kay 10? Greater by 10 ba ang 4? Is 8 greater, okay, to 10? Is 10 greater to 10? Is 12 greater than 10? Di ba 12 yon? Yes. And 14 is also greater than 10. So, ano-ano ang hinahanap ay probability. Ano daw ang probability ng mga X na greater kay 10? So, ito po yon, probability nila. Okay? Ito din yung probability niya. So, how to solve? Ito po yung choices natin. 0.26, 0.29, 0.36, and 0.38. How to solve? Ito yung given natin. X is greater, mas malaki kaysa kay 10. So, ano-ano yon? The probability of x is equal to 12. Ito po. Ayan. The probability of x is equal to 14, which is 12 and 14 is greater than 10. So, kinuha natin yung kanilang probability, 0.29. At kay 14 naman is 0.09. We just add, we get 0.38. Therefore, the probability of x greater than 10 is 0.38. What letter is it? Letter B. Okay, last one. Number 20. Given the probability below, x is less than or equal to 12. Si x daw ay mas maliit kay 12. Na, meron pang isa. Equal kay 12. So, si x ay mas maliit or equal kay 12. So, ano-ano yung mga number na mas maliit at equal kay 12? Eto si 12. Maliit ba si 10? Yes. Maliit ba si 8 kay 12? Yes. Maliit ba si 4 kaysa kay 12? Yes. Then, meron pang another condition, equal or equal. So, si 12 ba ay equal kay 12? Yes. So, yung apat na yan ang pasok dito sa kanyang doon sa ibinigay na problem. P of x or condition is greater than or less than or equal to 12. So, paano natin isosolve yun? Katulad lang po ng number 19. Okay? Ito po yun. P of x is equal to 4. P of x is equal to 8. P of x is equal to 9. No, I'm rather 10. 10 rather. And P of x is equal to 12. Kuhanin natin yung mga values ng probability nila hanggang kay 12. So, P of x equal 4 is 0.17. P of x equals 8 is 0.19. P of x equals 10 is 0.26. And P of x equals 12 is 0.29. I-add lang natin lahat. The answer is 0.91. So, that is letter B. Good luck. Good luck po. So, that's all for today. Thank you.